Here's my garden this year. It's a little bit bigger than it was last year. It's 20 feet by 30 feet. And it's about almost double the square footage in there than it was last year. Okay, now for the plants. That right there used to look really good. That is an avocado that Mom planted in the kitchen. Oh, that might be the problem. I thought the avocado seed was supposed to be sticking out. It's buried. Anyway, it's not doing too well. Now, that's a big half wine barrel. I've got 3 tomatillo plants in it. You can, I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see that they are flowering. Now you can see that they're flowering, and I learned that you have to have more than one of those for them to fruit because they cross-pollinate. And then going over here, I believe that is cabbage down there, and onions, of course. And those are some tomato seed that I started from seed that are running a little behind. This is potatoes that I just planted. It's supposed to be in a bigger pot than that, but this is my first year. We'll see how that turns out. There's some more seedlings started with cauliflower and green beans. Some of the green beans, oops, there's a green bean that just came up. And I got another pot of potatoes down there. I got some red potatoes and some russets. There's another potato, and there's zucchini and yellow squash and some red onions. There's some marigolds. I got right there is a sunflower. More tomatoes. Here's tomatoes. This is called. Those are 2 sun sugars. Those are the sweetest cherry tomatoes. They're almost like eating grapes. And down here we've got cabbage, some more cabbage, and we've got 2 more tomatillo plants. We got beefsteak. Made use of my old tires. This is supposed to work really good because they absorb heat and keep the ground warm. Got some Romas. Got some called Colossal. Got something called Stripies. And over here we got 2 more tomatillos. I'm really going to do the salsa thing this year. And there's some more tomatoes. By the way, for my compost barrel that I'm working on, that needs worms, every day underneath these buckets there's a bunch of worms, so I've been collecting them. There's 3 sunflowers. That is pickle bush, or short cucumbers, I guess you'd call them, but they're called pickle bush. And we got 3 more sunflowers. That is dill, just coming up. Another pickle bush. There's 2 more sunflowers. Sunflowers got a lot of beneficial traits for gardening. They draw, on one hand, they draw bees and pollinating bugs. On the other hand, they also are favorite food. So the negative, or the bugs that you don't want in your rest of your garden, like to congregate on the sunflowers, and it kind of keeps them off the rest of the garden. And that's another pickle bush. And there's a marigold. I'm just going to put a lot more marigolds out. They're supposed to be good to keep animals and bugs away. They don't like marigolds for some reason. As you can see, the netting, that is at nighttime. I don't even think you could probably even see that. And the whole roll that goes around this whole greenhouse was $10. But I think the fact that deer or whatever walk up to that thing, not see it, but run into it, scares them away, and they never had any trouble. Okay, what is this? I forget. Oh, broccoli. That's broccoli. some of them other ones that I showed you were broccoli, not cabbage. Broccoli. Down there is marigolds. That's broccoli. Broccoli. Coming up there, little guys. Started from seed or cilantro, and then it turns into romaine. For some reason I'm not got nothing come up. This all started with seeds. That's celery, and celery, and spinach. Unfortunately, I only got 2 spinach coming up. Then celery and broccoli. And I move over here to, these are all red peppers and bell peppers. And then we got jalapeno peppers, and then we got onions. Never done onions before. I don't know if that's right or not, but it seems right. More jalapenos, and then over in the corner we got cauliflower, I believe, and then radish, cauliflower, radish, cauliflower, and so on down that row. And the cauliflower, I mean the radishes aren't going to be long before they're ready to eat. It only take 30 days. And over here temporarily, this is going to be, this is where the squash is going to go. This is a, this whole bin is going to be what they call 3 sisters. 3 plants that grow really well together and all benefit off of each other. There's going to be 16 stalks of white corn. There's going to be 8 plants of Kentucky beans that are going to crawl up the corn. Treat the corn like a trellis. And then over here is going to be all the big squash plants, which is going to shade and keep the weeds down from so the beans and the corn all work really good together. And beans next to corn is very good, supplies them with nitrogen, and they grow really well from that. That's an old thing from the Indians used to plant. And down there you see little green beans starting to come up between the corn. And right there I still have, where is it? Right there. Barely see. Let's see here. Barely see little corns. Lost. There it is. Little corns coming up. I still got to plant those. And that'll be my 16 stalks of corn. And there's some zucchini and yellow squash that's a little bit larger. Get ready to plant. And that's pretty much all I got going so far. A lot more than last year. And I eliminated two of the things that I planted last year I did not like because they took too much space. That was Brussels sprouts and okra. Those just didn't work out too well. Anyway, take a shot from over here and I'll kind of compare it in a couple weeks. See how it's changed. Oh, I got my little watering system there. Each of these mounds that the plants are on have a soaker hose underneath. Each box has its own soaker hose. Kind of runs, you can see it right there going into the ground. Runs up that one, turns around to the far one, and goes up back up the middle and ends 25 footer. So I turn it on for a little while and it waters them all real good. Anyway, that's that. As you can see, things are really greening up around here. You can tell it's spring. That's more marigolds to plant around the edge of the garden.